A very good morning to all of you. Firstly, I'd like to welcome Mr. Simone Trevisani, of the Drillmec SpA, Italy. Thank you for choosing Telangana. Thank you for coming over all the way. I know it's a tough time to travel. Thank you, Simone, for taking the time out and coming all the way to India and coming all the way to Hyderabad and Telangana. Thank you to Umameshwar Reddy Garu. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for making this happen in Telangana. I know the company has had received offers from multiple states and multiple countries, but I'm delighted that you chose Hyderabad. I'm delighted that you chose Telangana to set up your operations. Jayesh Ranjan Garu and to Narasimha Reddy Garu, please continue to do the good work that you've been doing for the last 7.5 years in making Telangana one of the most industrialized states in the country. And to all the distinguished guests as well, I welcome you all. It's a great occasion for us because of a couple of reasons. One, this is a company that is basically an onshore and offshore rig manufacturing company, oil rig manufacturing company. Now, as you all know, Telangana is a landlocked state. We do not have a coastal line. We do not have a coastline. We do not really have a lot of oil and gas reserves. Nothing has been discovered yet. So therefore, we are actually not a captive customer per se for Drillmec. We're not really, there are not many customers in Telangana as such for a company like Drillmec. But the fact that they've chosen, after Italy, after US, after Belarus, to set up shop to set their unit in India, and among Indian states, even though they have had number of offers, number of invitations, the fact that they've chosen Hyderabad and Telangana is a telling comment on the ability and on the able governance, being rendered in the state of Telangana under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri KTR Garu. In the last 7.5 years, under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, not only have we been able to come out with some really pioneering policies like TS iPass, which continue to set, new benchmarks for the industry, which continues to raise bar for the other states and other governments across the country, which also continues to ensure that Telangana remain on top on the ease of doing business rankings, rankings given by Government of India and World Bank together. I'm very proud and pleased to welcome Drillmec, because they are going to invest, as was pointed out, about $200 million into setting up this unit. It will be a manufacturing unit, as Simone has explained. It will also have a research and development center. And they're also looking to establish high technology, new age, tech center, which will work on hydrogen and other emerging technologies. I welcome them, and I am also told that this center will possibly give gainful employment to nearly 2,500 youngsters, and I hope, and I'm confident that with Umameshwar Reddy Garu and Simone and the entire team, leading from the front, majority of these, 80 to 90% of these employees, will be from the local area, from Telangana. Our local youngsters would get gainful employment. Now, as was also pointed out, they already have $1 billion order pending, so they want to start ASAP. I assure them from the government side that we will hand over land, and we will also ensure that you receive some fiscal incentives to make manufacturing in Telangana, to make manufacturing in India very, very attractive. In fact, one of the things I'm very proud of, Hyderabad and Telangana initially, in fact, we did not have many large, pure play manufacturing companies. But in the last 7.5 years, we've been able to attract many manufacturing companies. And I request, Simone, to possibly also look at bringing in your entire ecosystem of suppliers, of vendors, so that you can actually have them all around you, so that it becomes that much more easier for you to, achieve scale and achieve also efficiency. Now, the one thing I would like to point out to my friends from media is that while Telangana has been growing, and while Telangana has made a name for itself as one of the most proactive, industry-friendly states in the country, unfortunately, we have not received the support that a state like Telangana ought to get from Government of India. We've been promised special incentives for industrialization to encourage industrialization, to encourage more employment creation as part of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 7.5 years ago. Now, tomorrow, Government of India is set to present its next budget. I think this will be the 8th budget after the formation of Telangana. And we continue to wait, in spite of our numerous pleas, in spite of our numerous requests, we continue to wait on the delivery of the promise made to the people of Telangana and also Andhra Pradesh. Both states were made a promise that we would be getting special industrial incentives. None of that has materialized. In spite of that, of course, Telangana continues to grow. The other thing I also wanted to point out, we have been appealing to Government of India that, it can't just be good sloganeering, just making a slogan, coming out with a slogan like Make in India won't just make it happen. You'll also have to back it with some reforms, with some solid policies, and with infrastructure creation. As part of the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, we are launching, in fact, we've launched India's largest textile park in Warangal, called as the KTR Mega Textile Park. And we are also set to launch Hyderabad Pharma City, which will be the world's largest pharma cluster. With these two large manufacturing, destinations and manufacturing activities, which will create a lot of employment, we have sought support from Government of India. Unfortunately, we have not received much response, much encouragement. Likewise, we've also sought creation of new industrial corridors. 6 new industrial corridors have been requested by our Honorable Chief Minister, the Government of India, on several occasions in the last 7.5, 8 years. Unfortunately, even that has not materialized. I hope and I pray that when the government presents its budget tomorrow, because Honorable Prime Minister, keeps espousing the Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas mantra. He says, Team India, we have to carry every state along. But a progressive state like Telangana, which is the 4th largest contributor to Indian economy, if you continue to ignore us, if you continue to, overlook us just because of our ideological and political differences, it would be a great travesty, it would be a great tragedy, in terms of promoting industrialization in the country, in terms of creating more employment, in terms of your whole Make in India campaign, in terms of your whole self-reliant Atmanirbhar Bharat. So my humble appeal to the Honorable Prime Minister, to Honorable Finance Minister, is to please keep your promises, to keep the promises that you have made to the people of this country, to the people of Telangana, to the people of Andhra Pradesh, and to ensure that our children get more and more jobs by way of these, activities that can be promoted and propagated more effectively by progressive states like Telangana. So once again, I thank Drillmec, and I will also assure you, after having said that, I will also assure you, whether or not we receive support from Government of India, we will continue to grow, we will continue to do well, and we will continue to push the envelope. At the same time, we will also continue to raise our voice for justice. We will continue to raise our voice to demand what is rightfully ours. So once again, I thank you very much, Simone and the entire team of Drillmec, and to the entire team of Mega Engineering who's here. Thank you for bringing this investment to Telangana. Thank you for choosing us. I look forward to you growing and partnering with you as part of this journey. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you so much, sir. The last line which you said, we will continue to grow, speaks a lot about your commitment towards industrial progress. Last but not the least, may I request Sri Umberto